Cool, round one, and winning die rolls like a champ. Yep, we want to play first. We have all of our colors of manas, but we can't cast two of our spells. But we have a Black Cat, we'll keep it, and they're powerful spells. Soak the Flames, Flesh to Dust. We will get there. I have faith. Let's start with the Swamp, shall we? Keeping the preview card open, or preview window open. Been trying that lately. Ooh, a fellow Black Mage. You guys can let me know how you like it. What's going on? My turn still. Okay, that's cool. We're getting somewhere. Lands are okay with this hand. And then we just need one mountain to make it very doable. Torch Fiend, alrighty. We'll trade that all day. And we're just going to hold on back. I mean, I'm glad that I'm drawing land so I can cast my big old spells. I want to be hitting land drops every turn so that when I draw one of my bombs, we're good. But one more mountain. There's only 5 in the deck, though. So it's going to be kind of hard to grab. Ooh, a Silent Blow would have been grand for us as well. Opponent has lots of cards. Our Black Cat doing its job. Love that we drew our mountain. Drawing like champs. We rolled like champs. We drew like champs. It's champ day. What you got? A crow? I'm okay with a crow right now. We can start racing a crow. I'd rather you put like an Inferno Fist on the crow and then I can kill her. Ooh, and an assistant. Well, I think we just bash him with a Thundering Giant, right? Save our removal spell for really big things. Could have just used up one of my things to get rid of the flyers. My deck is weak to flyers, so that does matter. And also they're evasive, so if I end up getting Garruk, like, I want to get rid of it. But I'm fine taking a couple points hit. Convoke? Crowd's favor. Alright. I should have seen that guy coming. Might have, if I had thought about that, might have not have attacked with it. But it's nice to get it out of hand. I'm not super worried because we do have really good removal spells to take care of anything crazy, but that's kind of annoying. That I should have seen that, and getting a 1 mana spell to trade with a 5 mana spell is just, I mean, that's basically a blowout. So, bad on me. Nightfire Giant. Yeah, that's going to take a removal spell. That guy, I'm not a fan of. Good news is, as soon, what do I want to do? Stoke the Flames or Flesh to Dust? I don't really need the Necromancer's Assistant right now. That's the only reason why I'd do Stoke the Flames, so I can also play Necromancer's Assistant. But I'm just going to go ahead and bust a move. And I think I just want to do it now because I don't want my opponent to activate. We'll just kill it. We just want to draw one of our big old guys. I would love a Nightfire Giant in this deck. Holy moly, wouldn't I? Well, part 1 mission accomplished with my deck, getting to the late game. That's what I wanted. Now we need to get to part 2, where we... Oh, hello. Bunch of Zathru Blades. Ooh, that's nice. Let's start there. Bomb? Yes, bomby. Right then. So now we just need to set up a turn where we can cast Garruk and not die to a Crackback. Which means we want to start removing critical spells. We can definitely kill, like, the Crow. These guys are going to be good because they can attack in with threat of activation, but even then I'll get to have my opponent discard a card, right? And then getting a 3/3 online is going to be good. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and start building out the board in order to have as much defense as possible. We'll Stoke the Flames, get one dude out of the way next turn, and then at the end of turn we'll be able to Convoke it. And then hopefully when we play Garruk Apex Predator there won't be any evasion. So we can play it, make our dude to protect Garruk. Garruk might go down a little bit, then we'll start just making a bunch of guys. So that's the current game plan. Alright, is there any way for me Do I want to have my opponent discard a card? Like, use a turn and discard a card. There's still these guys around. Next turn I'll be able to have Garruk plus a blocker for each of these. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and stoke the flames right now. Without blocking. I'm doing that now to save 2 points of damage. And again, we want that evasion dude out of the way. Hope there's not another big beefer coming down. Sign of Blood's okay, but not great. Ideally, nothing gets committed to the board. Forge Devil? Ooh, it takes out the Black Cat. No, it takes out the Necromancer. That's a bummer. Can Garruk come down next turn? I'm pretty sure a Beast, because that's just going to be a more long-term plan. And then it allows... likewise, I could do a Child of Night to start trying to do some trades. Kill... Alright, if Garruk comes down and I build a Beast, right? Instead of, like, destroying a creature. Garruk's at 6. There's not a lot of pressure from my opponent. The 3/3 blocks anything that's here. Black Cat can do some kind of block, but then let's just say there's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Garruk's still at 2, and my opponent has to be throwing away creatures to do that. I think I like that quite a bit. What would get me there? Or what would, quote-unquote, get me? These guys can eat the creatures. Otherwise, I could play Garruk, kill a Slyblade, but then Garruk's down to 2, and I don't have enough protection for him. Maybe I just play the Child of Night, and then do a Flesh to Dust? Try to keep clearing this board a wee bit? Feels so annoying Flesh to Dusting the Slyblade. I think we just go with Garruk. It also just buys me a bunch of time because my opponent can't do anything for a couple turns. If my opponent wants to be like throwing resources at Garruk the entire time, I still at least get 2 3/3 Beast Death Touchers. I'm cool with that. Flesh to Dust there. Do I still... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, Garruk still goes down now. That's a bummer. But take a Flesh to Dust. And Black Cat will take something else out. Do I care about Cruel Sadist or Torch Fiend? Garruk's... You're going... Everyone's going to Garruk, right? Yeah. So you gotta choose who dies. Is this game going late enough for this? I think so. So I think I just care about getting the Cruel Sadist out of the way before it starts taking over. Yeah. Get my little 2-for-1 action online. Opponent's probably holding lands so that randomness is better. What else you got? Paragon, that's good. Yeah, 2-for-1 with the Black Cat. Woohoo! Opponent's now out of cards, and I'm not. So we're in a little bit top deck war. My opponent definitely has a better setup here. I'll do a block against the Slyblade, make my opponent pump, and then Flesh to Dust it. My opponent could not pump. Oh, my opponent's going that route? That's great for me. My opponent just wants to let the trade happen. So that goes down. So now there's no hexproof. Kill you, because then we'll get a swing back and the life gain will be kind of nice. We don't have anything? No. Evolving Wilds? That's not doing anything. Is there anything I care about? Nope, doesn't really matter. We're just thinning out the deck. Do I go ahead and attack to go up to 9? I think we just have to start trading. My opponent could just be attacking with the Slyblade, though. And if that's the case, it's fine. I will just go in and trade with the Torch Fiend. I'm only going to win if I draw something, so right now it's just clear the board and try not to die. Yeah, I think this game is really going to be determined on this Thundering Giant and how poorly I played it. Hey, Generator Servant. It's a card and it trades. Still taking 2 a turn from that dude. But if we can just start kind of clearing off the pressure, then we're, that's just how it's going to work. Can't believe I'm doing this trade, but that's what happens. Gives us an extra turn to draw something relevant. What else does my opponent finally have something? Ooh, a Covenant. Yep, we're dead. Alright. So what I was saying, I didn't really finish my thought process. I really think that was what determined the game, was my poor play at Thundering Giant. Had I thought about that and done a better managing of those resources, it would have set me up better for Garruk. I still think it was right to play Garruk when I did. I know I was thinking really hard about playing that guy down and tapping out for it, but my opponent was getting really far ahead, and I think that was what was going to buy me the most turns. So I liked that. Alright, so the Slide Blades are annoying, but not a huge deal, I don't think. I do want Crippling Blight, though. Not because of the Slide Blades, but we did see enough X1s where Crippling Blight will be good. And that was the giant I think I want to pull out. I'll double check that in a second. I don't know if I want 2 Crippling Blights because I can't do the Slide Blades against it because of Hexproof. We do have plenty of ways to kind of deal with the dudes. But those are really good against me because I am kind of going so late that the Slide Blade can really get a lot done with the first strike Death Touch. So I want to be trying to trading with those fairly aggressively. Not trading, but like I guess having to use my removal spells. Maybe that I do want a Crowd's Favor to sort of help out with that because of the first strike. Then still, it's going to be a 2-for-1 though, right? Yeah, I don't love that. No, I think I like this. Cuts one of my big beef dudes, but it's kind of bad against my opponent. And getting Crippling Blight to like keep things going late, I still enjoy. So let's go this route. I want to play first. Again. This is good. We'll keep. Hey, that's really good. Alright, talk about premium removal. Go, rats, go! Opponent having nothing is nice. We'll see if it is actually nothing. And we're just curving out here. And now the game plan is probably just kill, kill, kill things, if we get to that. Put pressure up. Yeah, that's taking a Lightning Strike right away. Goblin Rabblemaster, that's a good card. Opponent has a good deck. Huh. Kill the Rabblemaster, attack? Okay. No shenanigans here. We just want you dead. You can have your 1/1 Goblin. Could become a 2/2. There was a Paragon, right? Yeah. Need one more land and I'd feel a lot better so I can actually cast Covenant against something relevant. I was just holding things back? Okay. Hey, there's a land. Do I cast Covenant? I think I just go ahead and play my Necromancer's Assistant while beating in the air. Yeah. We're far enough in the race where that's fine. We'll want to do Covenant later when we have more pressure on the board, if that's like what's happening. Yay! Didn't mill Garruk. Woohoo! There's hope. Torch Fiend. That's okay. I got scared it was the other devil for a second. Carrion Crow. Alright, but I still get 2 points in for a while. This is great to have. So we can go ahead and tap some dudes down, kill a dude, attack in with more. Kind of feel like just waiting for an alpha-y thing, right? We gotta do a flesh to dust on something. Yeah, let's just win in the air right now. If my opponent wants to attack in with a crow, that's fine. I'm probably just going to, now my opponent can have flesh to dust as well, mind you. I'll press flesh to dust end of turn no matter what it is. Paragon? Yeah, that's okay. We're winning the race right now. We're just clearing the air out of the way. And we might be able to just do a covenant to the face soon enough. Lightning Strike? Do you have it? No. Cool. Now I feel really confident. Because my opponent's basically at 1, and with this life total, it'll be really easy to try to squeeze through a 1 point of damage. Man, my opponent has a good deck. Oh, the Slyblade. How silly you are. My opponent has no cards in hand? Cool. So that's a win. We'll attack him with a crow and then covenant to the face. And a Sentinel, which my opponent doesn't need to see. My opponent's playing the 2-1 anyway, but, you know, doesn't need to know that that guy has to stick around for any relevant artifact. Alright. A nice aggressive draw from me. But what we saw from my opponent is fairly scary. It means, even though I have such great removal, I do need to be kind of picky. My opponent has really powerful cards and some decent synergy. I still like my one Crippling Blight. And that's about it. Crowd's Favor can get there, and it would work against my opponent. But I think I don't want to get rid of another creature. And again, I really want to prioritize those nice early creatures to be able to be trading with stuff nice and early. Or just to rely on our bigger stuff to finish out a game. Alright, well, we got to keep here. I think the Wilds is going to go get a forest, even though I don't have Garruk yet. Stoke, again, we can Convoke out, so that's fine. Oh, never mind. Sweet. Could argue to get a Swamp, but I have more Swamps in the deck, and I don't have a double black yet. But since I do actually have Stoke the Flames, I will go ahead and get a Mountain. That may not be entirely correct, but that's what I'm going to do. Yay. Start with the Generator Servant, since we can. Ooh, no 2 or 3 drop? That's good from my opponent. Good for me from my opponent, I should say. Get a couple free points of damage in. And keep developing the board. We be tapped out. Slyblade? Paragon. I might kill that soonish. I wouldn't mind being a little bit aggressive here and put the Crippling Blight on the Paragon, but there's just so many things that I can kill with the Crippling Blight. I don't feel like the extra 2 points are really going to matter. So we'll just do the air thing. And see what my opponent plays. And it's nice that we have both of these guys up. Plus, if we draw Garruk, we can slam him next turn with a Forest and a Generator Servant activation. So that'll be cool. Inferno Fist. Yeah, you're dying. No way I'm letting you have an Inferno Fist. That was silly. That was like me attacking in with my big old beater into your Convoke guy. It's pretty much like a given not do, especially against when you've seen so much removal from me. No need to prove to my opponent that I have the forest. There's no direct discard in this format. There's the Black Cat thing, right? But there's no, like, just pick a card from hand and discard that I know of. I could be wrong. Maybe I should just play it just in case, because if I get it discarded, my 2 sources are gone, and then Garruk can't be played. And really, the whole point of this draft is to play Garruk. Hold on. I'm going to kill the Rabblemaster before it gets its token. And you can have the Slyblade, go for it, bud. But I don't need the Rabblemaster to get anything. That little 1/1. Screw that guy. Hey, Rougheaster Maggot. Hexproof's annoying. Until end of turn, loses Hexproof and gains Death Touch and First Strike. Anyway, so we attack with both. My opponent probably won't block. I can't imagine my opponent wanting to block, but you never know. Might just need to stem the bleeding. Goes for it. Cool. At this point, since I don't have Garruk, I don't really care about the ramp too much. Rock out the Maggot. We don't get a lot of life, but I don't think I care at all. 1, 2, 2. I guess the Rabblemaster I care about the most. Gain 2 life. Pass the turn. Feeling pretty strong on Gyro Seat. My opponent could have a bomb I haven't seen yet, but there's 3 cards in hand, and that was the best play, was that Rabblemaster we got. We still have a good removal spell, plus 4 to the face. Crippling Bite would even go down on anything that just sort of helps us keep bashing through. Could have a second, no, just going. I was gonna say there could be another Forge Devil to take out the Crow. Ooh, and a Covenant. Ah, I see what you're doing there. All right, and getting life. But we're still in pretty good command. Sign of Blood's great. And a Generator Servant. Do we need Stoke the Flames up? Yeah, we might as well. This way we can cast Stoke the Flames with Convoke. I don't care about Crippling Blighting the Forge Devil. It's done its damage, the little hoo-ha. Screw you, Forge Devil. You take out my Rotfeaster Maggot! With a premium removal spell, so whatever. And again, feeling pretty confident right now. Don't want to be overconfident, but feeling pretty confident. And a Typhoid Rats. Great. Now I think we do use the Blight. There's really nothing else to do with it. And we just get to keep bashing in. Can't quite kill my opponent yet. But my opponent will be down to 5. We'll have Stoked the Flames for like an end of turn something. What you got? A Flesh to Dust. Alright. Opponent's hanging in there for sure. I am glad that I used the Crippling Blight on the Forge Devil to get the next 2 points through. Because we're starting to get to a point where I don't have a lot more threats. My opponent's starting to get there. Like a Nightfire Giant would be crazy. That guy's good. Not too sure if I want to kill it right now. Since it doesn't kill my opponent, I'm not going to. But my opponent gets to kind of get there. Alright, now that I drew another threat, I will go ahead and kill the Slyblade. Attack in for 3. My opponent will be down to 4. And I'll get to have another 2 drop out. Alternatively, attack in... Yeah, I just need to kill the Slyblade. Let's just be honest here. Ah, Convoke. I hate how that works on Magic Online. Oh. Oh, Hexproof. I see what you did there. Okay, silly me. Well, I just totally signaled to my opponent that I have that, but maybe that was a accidental perfect play. Stealing that from Stemulin. Because now my opponent might be like, oh, maybe I don't want to pay for the Hexproof. So, let's go to combat. And show my opponent that I got it. But I think my opponent has to block anyway. It just sucks I don't get that much more damage through. Maybe they just trade. That part goes down. Then this part goes down. Oh, the Convoke! I just literally did this. I don't know why that annoys me so much. My opponent could have a really good spell or something as one card in hand. We're both top decking, but I was willing to go to this length in order to... I just have a superior board state. I mean, these aren't great creatures, but... Bloodhost. So that's okay. We can even play conservative and just attack in with the rats right now. If we attack in with all three, he eats a dude, takes 3, goes down. Yeah, we're just going to go in with the rats. Chip away while we draw something more relevant. We got great cards in our deck. Opponent can't attack anytime soon. Opponent could claw out of this on the top decks. Another Bloodhost. Okay. Still, we're happy to be attacking with the rats. Clear the board. Opponent's going to have to trade off at some point. That's great. There's nothing in my deck that I need to play the mountains for, so we'll just let that go. A little bit of a flood here. Not stoked for that. Still happy to keep putting pressure on my opponent because the rats will either trade or it'll get a point of damage through, and that just helps me stay alive. And being my opponent at 3 and me at 20 means I have a lot of time to draw something really cool. That's fine with me. My opponent can really never attack. I have 2 bombs I'm drawing to. It's not exactly the bomb I'm looking for, but it's fine. Hey, there we go. We can Flesh to Dust and try to go for the win. I'm a little conservative player, so I want to do that at end of turn and see if anything crazy happens. Because my opponent does have 2 cards in hand, and I don't want to waste the Flesh to Dust now. This just really is my security. Like, I don't see how I lose this game now that I have Flesh to Dust, which is familiar. Yeah. So my opponent can start, you know, building up defense, but with our 2 major bombs, we're going to be in good shape once we draw them. Which should happen at some point. Does anyone want to draw my lands out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that I can have that and Flesh to Dust available. This might, I'll save for something like a Nightfire Giant or whatever. Cruel Sadist. It'll take a long time for that to get insane, so I'll wait to kill it. I really am relying on drawing a relevant spell soon. My Flyer or Garruk. I might be relying too much, I don't know. I think the only thing I saw from my opponent before that was scary was the Nightfire Giant. Again, I'm playing my lands out, that way, like, you know, in these turns where, like, if I'm drawing Garruk, I can actually play Garruk and keep Flesh to Dust up, which is just key. This is turning into a grindier game than I thought it would be. Still have 7 minutes left, so we're okay. Yep. My opponent can't really pay that much life to make that guy huge, I just realized, because it's a pay life thing, so I definitely don't want to kill it. Nah. I can take out, you know, one of my X1s, but who really cares about that? Alright, now we can play Garruk, or whatever the demon is, and play Flesh to Dust, so yay. That's where I wanted to be. We'll hold the rest of our lands in hand while we wait. Again, this game might have been able to end sooner. Maybe my opponent's going to take out a Child of Night now. Or the Generator, I don't know which one. Yeah, Child of Night, go for it. If you want to keep using Cruel Sadist, fine. I mean, we can take so many hits from my opponent at 20 life right now. Sacrifice another creature. 2 life. I think we just double block, right? Yeah. My opponent can sack and gain life, but then we'll just use our Flesh to Dust as a 2-for-1. But then maybe I do want to just wait for the, I should have thought that before. Oh, you're doing that thing, are you? I think it was just a little too nuts and boltsy there with like a, so my opponent just wanted, oh, sacrifice it to the other blood. That's a good idea. Gaining some life. Yeah, I think I was a little too hasty there. Again, I'm winning by drawing one of my bombs and keeping Flesh to Dust up and not losing to like a Nightfire Giant. Dang, my opponent's digging. My opponent's gotta also know that, like, as I just dig for Garruk, that's a bad thing. My opponent doesn't even know about the other demon. Wow, where am I? I have good bombs, right? They haven't been milled? Alright, well, we'll pass the turn. My opponent can't do a whole lot of attacks. But this Bloodhouse can start getting in there. But I have a lot of time. Dude, am I going to lose this game? That would be interesting. Very, very interesting. Because I still have to actually win at some point. I'll trade. All day, every day. Didn't sacrifice? That's interesting. Why not? You have lots more pressure? An assistant! My opponent's got to be scared every time. Ooh, I may not have wanted to do that. I just remembered it mills, and my can't mill my win condition. Garruk, there goes Garruk. Oh man, I need to get my demon out. That was really bad. We're low on life and cards. Shouldn't have done that. Ah, why did I play my assistant? I'm so stupid. So annoyed with myself right now. Oh, okay. I was trying to do a bunch of damage. I see what's happening. Gain some life, sacrifice dudes. I'll still do the trade. I was just gonna gain life, make the guy bigger. Oh, duh. Yeah, that happens. Alright. It's about time for something good to happen. I don't know if I'm playing this game wrong or right. So what's this crackback? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because it'll be sacked if I attack in with these guys. My opponent has to block both of them. This guy goes there, this guy goes there, gets sacked, eats this dude. Maybe next turn we have an attack, I don't know. Just need my big old beefer. Do I have another did I get the lightning strike? Have I used that yet? Yeah, I did. Because this guy can get huge and a lot of life can be gained. So that is going to start mattering soon enough. Like next turn. Yes, an Inferno Fist. Alright, how do we play this to maximize this game? My opponent can sack 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures, right? Make this guy an 8/8. So I just need one dude back to block. Who am I attacking with? The Marauder. It attacks for the same amount, and it has the least amount of blocking potential. So we're just going to clear 2 guys out of the way. It'll make this guy big. My opponent will go up to 6. Is that right? I think that's right. And this guy will be a 6/6. Attack with everything. I die on the crackback. Although all these guys are lethal. How does this play out? So I only attack with the Borderland dude. I'm not going to be in a commanding board position. I'm still just drawing into one of my last cards, but can I even win with 4 cards? God, that... Playing the 3/1 was just a horrible idea. this Necromancer's Assistant. It was definitely, I didn't think about, like, you just never think about its relevant other ability, and, or what it does when it enters the battlefield, and that was just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Low on cards, all this stuff. Alright, this guy has to be blocked. Plus we get an Inferno Fist to the face, which just deals with some of the life issues. So it'll at least be a 2-for-1, right? No, it'll just be a block sack, right? That's all it is. But then I'm supposed to do it in response as well. Declare blockers. I want to do this. So my opponent has to sack it, but my thing stays alive. This guy becomes a 5/5. Clear the board. Sacrificing a different creature. That's actually okay for me. Still my opponent's... Oh, didn't sacrifice it? Wanted to trade it. Okay. Get your 5/5 on. Attack in with your 5/5. Now if I draw my big ol' flyer, is that okay? I think so. My opponent gains a lot of life though. Right now we're fine with just... Oh shit. This guy sacks everything. You're going for it. Should have blocked. My opponent's just like, well, I'm just going to try to win right now. And you did. Because I played poorly. I want to know what my last card was. Dang it. Can I go back? I think I can. Yes. Draw a card. Oh. Wouldn't have gotten there. Ob-Nixilis was the last card in my... Or second to last card. Well, I don't know. I really love that match. I think that was... Did I play that right? I'm not too sure. I feel like the way the board was and how far ahead I was just pretty likely to get to Ob-Nixilis or Garruk at some point and then be able to close out the game, which was the whole point of my deck. I definitely made that huge mistake, like I already mentioned, with the Necromancer's Assistant, so that was my fault, but I still think there was a lot of just poor draws or just... I mean, that definitely happens in Magic, the variants of Ob-Nixilis, but I think playing to the, the more odds that I would get one of those two to close out the game would have been, it's still an appropriate line of play to take, so there you have it. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching. Again, Ryan from Mana Bluff. Comment, subscribe, like on YouTube. Send me comments on manabluff.com. Let me know what you think, and I promise to respond. Follow me or say hey to me on Twitter, __RJH___. We'll see you next time. Bye.